guys, welcome back to my channel. We are off to Mexico, flying with TUI, and as you can see we're going through duty free, and we are flying from Birmingham Airport and we're going to Mexico for 7 nights. We used special assistance at Birmingham because my mum uses a wheelchair periodically, and I can say very efficient, really good service for anybody who's needing special assistance in Birmingham. We stayed at the Riu Playacar, which is a gated community, and we stayed in a hotel room which wasn't adapted, but as you can see, very spacious with 2 queen beds. It was a ground floor apartment. Lots of space to move around. We had optics with alcohol which we could drink, a coffee machine, and then the fridge was stocked with soft drinks and water. As you can see, very spacious. The shower had rails and a small step to get into it, and there's a dual sink, so really accessible for my mum. There's 7 blocks in the complex, and we stayed in block number 3. This was in the middle of the complex, so either side we had the beach and a pool, and the other side reception and some of the restaurants, so really easy to get around. And as you can see, it's quite a flat complex, so if you are a wheelchair user, again, very accessible. The surroundings around the complex were very lush and green, with some animals. I can't remember what one of them's called, but it looks like a giant hamster, and apparently there were some monkeys as well, so we were advised to keep our balcony door shut at all times unless we were outside. So this leads us up to the reception. And on the right there is where they have all the shows in the evening with a little bar. And then on the left is the main buffet restaurant. And as you can see, a slope again for accessibility. Reception was huge, really big lobby area. Again, loads of room to move around. They were setting up for Christmas, which was nice. And there's a 24-hour bar there on the right. And as you can see, reception there. Was a buffet style, loads of choice, absolutely loads to eat. Loved breakfast, really good options and choices. Again, loads of space, loads of tables, never waiting for a table. There were quite a few birds flying around, so just be careful of those, particularly if you're not a fan of birds. But again, a really nice atmosphere to enjoy our first breakfast. We then walked down to have a quick look at the pool, and again, a really kind of nice walk with lush gardens around. This is our first day, so we were pretty tired. The flight from Birmingham is around 10 hours. And Mexico is around about 5 hours behind the UK. So today it was just a really relaxed, lazy day just to recover from that flight. On the right there is the Mexican restaurant, which is open at lunchtime and is open on the evenings. And on the right there is the activity pool. Then you've got a snack bar and the bar where you can get all different types of alcoholic drinks and soft drinks. And then there's another pool to the left. And then the beach ahead of us. But we'll explore that on another day. The next day we took a taxi into Playa del Carmen. So you can get a taxi right outside the hotel. And it's around about a 5-10 minute drive to Playa del Carmen 5th Avenue, or around about a 30-minute walk. Playacar is a gated community with several different hotels, residential houses and apartments. They're a really sort of safe gated community to walk around. The taxi was around about 150 to 200 pesos in the day, but we were informed that it goes up to around about 400 pesos in the evening. So for the day it was around about £7 for the taxi. If you're able to walk, I would imagine that this is quite a nice stroll into town. Shops right outside the hotel where you can get some souvenirs. They are a little bit pricey though, so I definitely recommend going out of Playacar if you want to take back some souvenirs for friends and families. So as I said, the taxi dropped us off just outside 5th Avenue. And 5th Avenue is a little bit covered from the sun or the rain, which it did rain a little bit this day. But again, some nice shops to explore. So with the shops, it's kind of a bit like in New York, where they've got 5th Avenue and it's gridded up into small blocks, so it's really easy to get around. Again, mobility wise, a little bit bumpy on the cobbles, but able to kind of push a wheelchair, or as you can see, drag a suitcase without too much bother. Decided to go and have a little look at the local beach. Again, this is just off 10th Avenue. So all in really easy walking distance. I believe this is also where you can get a local boat over to Cozumel. We didn't do that on this trip, but I know Cozumel is where many of the large cruise ships dock. So if you wanted to visit that, this is where you would get, as you can see just briefly there, the cruise across. Popular area to visit. As you can see, there's the mermaid statues there, which is quite famous for Playa del Carmen, and I believe this is where some local artists also do some dancing and some music. Unfortunately there wasn't anything today when we were visiting, but as you can see, a lot of people taking photos of the statue with the background of the beach and the sea. We stopped for a drink on the way, walking through 10th Avenue. As you can see, loads of different shops where you can get your holiday goods to take back, as I said, to family and friends. So I definitely recommend having a look around to get a bargain. But we stopped for a cheeky cocktail in Karen's bar. This is quite a nice place to rest, do a bit of people watching if you like. They also do some food. Definitely good for a 2-for-1 cocktail. So 10th Avenue is a long road. I would say it's probably approximately a mile long, full of shops, restaurants, loads of different places that you can eat. So definitely, as I said, recommend just sort of having a stroll, or if you're looking for a bite to eat, then definitely recommend going down here. And in the evening as well, apparently it can get quite lively with music, so definitely recommend a visit if you can. So this is the front of Riu Playacar. As you can see there on the left, some, as I mentioned, some shops and restaurants. So when you stay in some of the Riu hotels in Playacar, you can visit its sister hotels. So you can visit the Riu Yucatan and also so as I mentioned, when you're staying in the Riu Playacar, you can visit the Riu Yucatan and the Riu Tequila. So you can visit them in the day for lunch. So the Riu Yucatan is where we were going to visit today. The Riu Tequila has 5 pools but doesn't have a beach. But the Riu hotels use it for their Friday night disco, which is a family disco. So we walked to the Riu Yucatan, which is around about sort of a 5-10 minute walk, but with my mum a sort of 15-20 minute walk. The Riu Palace, as you can see there, unfortunately we were not allowed to visit. I think that's more of a 5-6 star hotel potentially, but as I said, we were only allowed to visit the Riu Yucatan and Riu Tequila. As you can see, it's quite flat with a little couple of bumps there, but again, not too bad accessibility wise for wheelchair users. Playacar. It's a little bit of a walk from the main road, so just bear that in mind if you are visiting, if you're a wheelchair user or you've got a pushchair. But it was quite nice just to visit a different hotel whilst you're on your stay. So each of the 3 hotels used the same wristbands. So when you visit any of the hotels, you literally just walk straight in. Obviously reception can see the colour of your wristbands, but we didn't need to register or anything like that. We just walked into the hotel. Big lobby reception area in this hotel, so again lots of space to move around. We did notice it was very pink though. They like the colour pink at this hotel. So there's 2 main pools at the Riu Playacar. This is a smaller pool towards the top of the hotel. And then there's a larger pool further down where the buffet restaurants are and entrance to the beach. So the next day we decided to take a trip out of the resort and go to the Coba ruins. We did this trip through Tui. Part of it, as you can see, was accessible using a bike where we were pedalled by a guide through the ruins, but I will say walking up to the ruins to get on that bike was not accessible, so please just do bear that in mind if you are in a wheelchair. It was nice to look around though and get some of the culture, understand a little bit about the history and learn more about Mexico. This was a 4-day trip, so it also included a buffet style lunch as well. The ruins are about an hour away from Playacar, so again not too far if you're unsure about travelling long distances. I believe this is the closest ruins to Playacar. As you can see, here's the entrance to the ruins. Again, some gift shops. And a little place to rest and get a drink. Part of the excursion included going to a cenote. So before you go to the cenote, you have to go and be blessed. So we went down into this cave, as you can see, absolutely magical, just amazing, these cenotes and how they're structured. Again, if you're a wheelchair user, this part of the excursion is not accessible. As you can see, lots of stairs leading down, so Mum had to stay at the top, and she had her blessing at the top. but again, just bear that in mind. So when we had our blessing, we then walked to a cenote, which is a pool of cool water, natural spring. You have to shower before you get in there, just to wash off any suntan lotion or any makeup or anything like that, because the locals actually still drink this water. There were some steep steps going down into the cenote, so again, this is not wheelchair friendly, so please do bear that in mind. And I would definitely recommend wearing water shoes because the steps are quite slippery. The water was so cool and so refreshing with some little fish, and as you can see, really, really clear. I'm not great with how low this was below ground, but I can say it was definitely some scary steps walking down. You get around sort of 20 minutes in the cenote, which was enough really to kind of explore. By the time you've got changed, got into the cenote and got back out again. Definitely an excursion that I would recommend, but again, unfortunately, not accessible as we were previously advised. So the next day we just stayed by the pool after our excursion. So this is the activities pool, but as you can see, there's a ramp with a rail to go down, which makes it really, really easy. Again, if you're a wheelchair user, Mum really loved that pool because she was able to get in and out independently. Loads of sun lounges around, and again, loads of space. So this is the snack bar, which is open 12 till 4. Again, if you're wanting a light bite or a little for lunch. And you can get your towels here, so towels are included, and you can change your towels each day. This is a family pool. We use this pool once or twice. Some small steps to get into the pool, but again, just sort of accessibility wise, I would say the activity pool was better, and obviously you've got the bar pool there. Unfortunately, we didn't use that pool, but it was always very, very busy there. As you can see, lots of sand lounges leading onto the beach. With the white sand. The only thing I would say with the beach, again, if you are a wheelchair user, it was very difficult to pull or push the wheelchair on the sand, and there wasn't a walkway or anything to get onto the sand, so just bear that in mind. But again, lots of sun lounges to be able to relax and get the sun. The Riu hotels also put on daily activities, so again, you can get involved in as little or as much as you want throughout the day. Again, this is where the bar, where you can get your refreshments. There are members of staff walking around offering to get you drinks as well, which is a nice, kind touch. This is the Italian restaurant, really, really nice, buffet style, but they also do an a la carte menu, and there was also an Asian restaurant as well, which is beautiful. Really recommend going there, which is a buffet style as well. As you can see, because we were there at the beginning of December, they put their Christmas lights on, which was beautiful, and really did decorate the hotel nicely. So that's our trip to the Riu Playacar. in Mexico. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.